go. Alright, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic lesson non-classic. This episode number 33, 14, Doubleshot number 3208. I have a Spawn trade, and I have a Savage Dragon trade. First up we have is Monolith. Yep. This is a 3-issue miniseries written by Sean Lewis. Despite having Atomic Fallen as a credit on here, he just does the covers. He does not do any writing for this book. Nope. Mostly put for this miniseries here, it focuses on the character who shows up in Scorched. Yes. So, this miniseries, when I read about it, this is launched in the aftermath of the events of issue 350 for the series. So, this is just a quick 3-issue miniseries. The cover, or stop me, one of the covers here, we have Valero Ganaro and Francesco Benitia. So, Valerio basically is also the interior artist as well. So, why in the world did I show that page twice for? That was weird. I don't know. The thing is really short. It's only like 3 issues. So, we start with the year of 3030, where this is basically Monolith, this gigantic hell spawn from the future. Yeah, he's from the future. He battles demons. This is basically the whole thing with this miniseries. It's basically his backstory. Yep. It doesn't exactly show exactly like how it got the way he is. He just shows up. It's a quick adventure for him. Over the course of 3 issues. And by the last issue of the miniseries, we do see, apparently in the future, dead. We do see, looks like, the Crusader, basically She-Spawn, and probably looks like the original Spawn, all dead. You have the group the Scorch basically killed, and then we have this other guy killing all these people, and of course tries to stab Monolith, and doesn't do anything, and then eventually we revive some people here, and then by the end of basically they're just we're getting started, but that's the end of the miniseries. It's like, yeah, we get kind of the start of the story, but not the complete story per se. Surprisingly, that was only like 3 issues right there. Get the book roughly 8 out of 10. Next up we have is a very weird book. And oh my gosh, this book is so weird. Savage Dragon has seen on TV, and for some reason, we have Maxine having shaving cream near her groin. I do not know why in the world, basically, Eric Larson created this cover. It's weird. So, also, in this period of time since Malcolm moved to Canada, he grew a goatee. I'm like, that is interesting. Because his father never grew any facial hair, not that I know of. So, I think the reason why Malcolm's able to grow up because he's half human. So, it's him, Maxine, and 3 kids just going to a museum, and of course they play around. We have stuff basically with, looks like Maxine's mom. They have Malcolm talk to his brother, who basically flipped the camera. Despite here's the thing, there's no mention of Kevin being an alien. He just looks different. So then we cut to Angel, Jennifer, and Alex in another dimension, Dimension X. And also Jennifer has lost her top. Angel basically barely keep her clothes together. Yeah, and it becomes really weird. So yeah, then of course we have just Maxine reading to the kids, having a snowball fight, and then we have a session of, let's show Maxine and Malcolm having sex, and just, okay. Yeah, it gets way overdone. Yep. And then we have the kids playing with their awesome uncle, Kevin. Yeah, then of course you have Malcolm deal with the monster. Then we have, Kevin meeting, Maxine's mom, who's single. Yeah, and of course they can do to each other. Of course, you have Malcolm nearly blew his half his body up, but don't worry, he grows it back. Then Maxine's with him too, and then of course after they check out, they come home and they see Kevin doing it with Maxine's mom, who is 45, but she's a widow. Kevin, I think, is 30. It's weird. It's like a weird thing to come home to. It's like, yeah. Oh, yeah, and also the fact that Maxine and her mom do talk about it, and both of them end up pregnant. Yes, seriously. Kevin, who is Malcolm's half-brother, gets his mother-in-law, basically Malcolm's mother-in-law, pregnant. So it's kind of weird, the fact that this kid that this woman's about to give birth to is going to be his nephew slash brother-in-law. It's weird, to say the least. And more sex of Maxine and Malcolm. Oh, and by the way, Maxine's pregnant again with her second child. Yes, by the way, of the 3 kids they have, only one of them is actually hers. Another one's Angel's, the other one's Tabitha, though she's dead. Because one of the kids burst out of her. And then, yeah. Despite the fact he's willing to get vaccinated, but apparently he didn't get cleaned out somehow. So, then, we just have Kevin and, well, Maxine's mom, Mel, just chatting, and then, of course, basically, then, for some weird reason, I don't know why in the world, I don't know if this place even exists in Canada, we have a weird scene where we have Malcolm, Max, and the kids at a place called the Poop Cafe, where the chairs are toilets, and things that eat out of are shaped like toilets and have like whatever this stuff is. Yeah, then Kevin gets a fight, gets away, and then of course Malcolm shows up here, and then we have Jennifer, and then it's like, yeah, then they get caught up with TV, and it's like, yeah, and then of course Maxine drags Malcolm in the elevator, and they do in the elevator, and then the guy slips, probably on whatever they left behind. And then, of course, Angel, Jennifer, and Alex go swimming. They apparently forgot the clothes. When they battle a monster. And then we have as seen on TV, where we have 2 people, and of course, basically, like, oh, TV man. Malcolm meets some bad guys. Big punches a Nazi, which, that's always fun. Yep. And then we have, more monsters beating up here. It's crazy stuff here. Then it's like, then Mel reveals, oh, she's pregnant with Maxine's, sibling. And then, of course, basically, Alex, Jennifer, and Angel end up at this camp, which, by the way, all 3 women are butt naked. These guys apparently didn't find anything coming up with. Nope. And apparently the place is run by, I kid you not, and I'm not showing this because it's full-blown nudity, an older version of Malcolm's late mother, Rapture. How the heck this woman's alive is complete mystery. Oh, this is a different version of her, because there's also a version of Malcolm in this universe. And she's got powers. Now, it's weird. And then, of course, we have this kid set down, which apparently this kid is apparently the offspring of Dart? Yes. You're thinking, how the heck is this possible? Well, she slept with someone who's like dragon named Barry, and then, of course, she apparently got herself pregnant. And like, oh, baby bump. Okay. And then, for some weird reason, we have a person who looks like Maxine having sex with a guy, and apparently while they're having sex, it apparently hurts the guy somehow. And then the guy is, looks like he has his jewels ripped off. He gets tossed to the window, butt naked. Then the girls break out. And of course, by the way, Rapture is nuts. She is insane. This woman should get her clothes on and basically get a therapist. Yep, so they break out, of course. Oh yeah, they do say version Malcolm here, and eventually we have the girl. We have more girls look like Maxine, but clearly it's not Maxine. And then they're freed by, oh look, it's Malcolm. Despite the fact this is not Malcolm. This is an ultimate version Malcolm because his hands are different. Yeah, I find that kind of weird. Because Malcolm's hands are green. Yeah, Malcolm's hands are green, yet this guy's hands are brown. Yeah. So then Malcolm survives, like, oh, he's one of the islands near Canada. Then we have the copy of Malcolm, who apparently is wearing, yeah, it's shown in this panel. Apparently he's butt naked, so basically he's walking around butt naked for reasons. And then we have the Prime Universe Malcolm, who basically is very happy to see his family. And of course, you have kids calling out walls. Yeah, they're like, Jack's come inside this instant. I think he's Spider-Man. I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, brought the justice. Yeah, then we have this weird guy who just phases through stuff. At one point, Malcolm is caught inside of him. Yeah, and then of course Malcolm fights the guy, and then he just dies inside of him. And then for some reason, Maxine gets shocked. Yeah, and then of course, so looks like Jennifer and Angel finally found something to wear. Yep, and looks like that Alex got something to wear too. And then Maxine falls over, and then one of Malcolm's kids, I think it's Amy, I think it is, calls up their father, and she's acting completely irrational for a girl who's like maybe 2-ish, acting completely rational. Says basically her mother's like out on the floor, so Malcolm's in an ambulance, but they have to get the guy out of him, and he explodes, but don't worry, he lives. And oh, don't worry, your uncle and your grandma gotta be there. And he doesn't tell them the fact these two are a couple. It's weird. So then of course Rapture, more insanity. Then we have Freak Force, just randomly inserted in this book because Eric Larson created them, so they're in here. And of course she's not regaining consciousness, so yeah. So the baby is able to live no problem. Another girl, yes, another girl. So more adventures, like basically like, oh, the mother's alive, but they need the blood. So then more fighting, and then Maxine is, well, then we have Rapture with this hand of Glum. And then Maxine is briefly turned into the same species as Dragon. Yes, at one point when he shows up on the shore, people thought he was Savage Dragon. But it's like, no, Savage Dragon was my dad, and I'm Malcolm, his son. That was a line from the book. And of course, happy to see him. And then for some weird reason, then we have Rapture randomly show up here, still butt naked. And then we have the Maxine show up here. And then, by the way, Maxine's turned back normal, no problem. It's like every time I see Rapture, girl, put something on, please. She's like, oh, Troy doesn't care. And Maxine goes back, normal, no problem. Much more explosions happening. Looks like Malcolm died. Oh yeah, and then eventually, apparently, like Maxine went back normal, but lost her hair. And it's like, oh, good news. Take it back on. Get out of here. Yep. And of course, basically, Ultiverse Malcolm is killed. And then apparently, like, they kill Rapture, Ultiverse Rapture, and supposedly it looks like that Jennifer's dead too, again. And that's the issues. Oh boy, this was bizarre. One of the most bizarre set of issues I've ever read. Like, it's not as infuriating as the last day, but my gosh, it's definitely better. But this is just weird stuff. I guess Larson got off his stupid parody Donald Trump stuff, so let's go to spoof comedy. Yeah, let's have every issue where Malcolm's having sex with Maxine. We have basically all the girls basically being butt naked a lot of the time in these issues. By the way, I forgot to mention, this book collected issues 228, 234 of Savage Dragon. Yep, and because I'm up to 234, guess how many issues left to review? As far as I can tell, 40. So, we're getting closer and closer to getting done. Yep, there's that. I do find this improvement over the last trade, definitely. But I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's particularly a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Excuse me, next up later is more Sentai. Okay, next video. Bye.